Parametric curves part 2. In part 1 we reached, then we found the sign of the second derivative, where it is positive, where it is negative. Then the curve in this case, the curve, what's the meaning of second derivative is positive. This means it's concave up, right? Second derivative is positive. This means concavity is up. Concave up, where t between pi and 2 pi, and it concave down, where, because it's negative, where t is between 0 and pi. Let us draw this. Okay, let's draw this. This is the y-axis, and we draw the x-axis. Draw the x-axis. All right. As you remember, this is very important now. As you remember, let's go back to here. We have a lot of things important. We should have make them in red, but okay, next video maybe. Where t is 0, when t is 0, what do we have first? Let's start from here. When t is 0, what do we have? We have a point 1, 1, abscissa 1, ordinate 1. Back to this. Abscissa 1, let's say this is abscissa 1, right? And this is ordinate 1. Okay, so this is for t is 0, so t is here. That's great. What else? At derivative, second derivative, first derivative is minus cotangent. Okay, at t pi over 2 and 3 pi by 2, the derivative is 0, and we have horizontal tangents. Let's first start, find the points of intersection with the x-axis and y-axis. I forgot to do that, right? So if x equals 0, then what? Then if x equals 0, then cosine, what was the x? X was cosine, right? Cosine t. Then cosine t is 0. Then cosine t is equal to 0. Cosine t equals 0. What is cosine? What is 0? It's cosine pi over 2. Then if cosine t equal cosine pi over 2, then x is equal either pi over 2, or we found that, I guess, or x equal minus pi over 2, which is 3 pi by 2. X equal 3 pi over 2. So at pi by 2 and at 3 pi by 2, the cosine is 0. In this case, if we find y is equal 1 plus sine pi over 2. Sine pi over 2 is equal to 1. So the answer is 2. So I have a point 0, 2, and y may be equal 1 plus sine 3 pi over 2. This means 1 minus 1, because sine 3 pi over 2 is minus 1. The answer is 0. So we have abscissa 0, ordinate 0. Great. These 2 points are very important points for my drawing. For our drawing, so this is 0, 0, and this is 0, 2. We have 2 points, 0, 0, and 0, 2. Now, there is very important thing in derivative. At pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2, the derivative is 0. Here, the points I got them now, which are at the origin, 0, 0. This is when it's not x, this is t, right? If t is pi over 2, here t is pi over 2, and here t is 3 pi over 2, and here t is what? T is 0. We still have, here we have horizontal tangents. Here we have horizontal tangents, because the derivative is 0, right? Horizontal tangents. At t equals 0 and t equal pi, we have vertical tangents. At t is 0 and t is pi. So if this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is 3 pi by 2, 0, right? And this is pi. This should be equal to pi. This is at t equal to pi. Here we have vertical tangents. That's great. Now I can see my drawing exactly. Look at the second derivative. Second derivative is positive. When it is positive, so it concave up, right? Where t is between pi and pi by 2. From pi to 2 pi, sorry. From pi to 2 pi, it concave upwards. So it goes like that. To here, right? And from 0 to pi, between 0 and pi, the derivative, second derivative is negative concave downwards. From 0 to pi, concave downwards. Also, you can check, so it's a circle, it's a trigonometric circle. With center, for sure, the center here is this point, which is between 0 and 2, which is 1, right? 1 ordinate, 0 abscissa. Look at the derivative again. The derivative was positive. The derivative, where we found it here. The derivative was positive where when t is in the between pi over 2 and pi, means in the second portion, right? In the second portion, and in the between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi in the fourth portion. So in the second and the fourth was positive. Look at that. In the second portion and the fourth portion, it was positive, means we have increasing function, right? It increases, right? Second and the fourth, it increases because we go from left to right, right? And it was negative at first and third portion. This is the first portion. It goes from left to right like that, going downwards, and this one from left to right going downwards. So this satisfies every single detail we did in the figure. That's it for this problem.